All right, let's dive into something that might sound a little backwards at first. We're going to explore this fascinating idea that for a lot of men, love isn't really about everything being easy and happy. It's actually about sacrifice. Sometimes it's even about pain. So let's get right into it. So let me just start by asking you this, just to kind of flip things on their head. What if that sigh you hear, or that flash of frustration you see, what if it isn't a sign that he doesn't care? What if it's actually proof that he does? Okay, so here's the core idea we're going to unpack. For many men, love is tied directly to the act of sacrifice. It's about doing something that's difficult, something that takes real effort, maybe something that's even a little bit painful for him. It's like if it's too easy, his brain might not even register it as a true act of love. Wild, right? And you see this play out in the little things every day. You know? Think about it. Going to his daughter's dance recital when he's exhausted and would rather be anywhere else. Or doing the dishes, not because he loves doing them, but because he's doing it for his partner. Or, the classic, sitting through a movie he would never, ever pick for himself. In this view, these aren't just nice things to do. They count as love because they are sacrifices. So let's make this real. Let's see how this actually plays out. And more importantly, how getting the translation wrong can cause some serious conflict. We're going to look at a pretty classic couple scenario here. Let's call them Alice and Al. The setup is probably super familiar to a lot of you. It's the afternoon, and Alice just gives Al a simple, gentle reminder. Hey, don't forget, we've got that therapy appointment at 3. And this is what he says. All right, crap. That's it. Just 2 little words. But man, as we're about to see, those 2 words are the tiny spark that's about to set off a huge emotional wildfire for Alice. So you gotta ask, right? Why did that one little word, crap, cause such a massive problem? Well, the answer isn't really about the word itself. It's all about the lightning-fast, totally automatic story our brain tells us in that split second. And to really get this, we've got to look at what's going on under the hood, neurologically speaking. We're going to use this really cool framework called the 5 minds to see exactly how a simple comment spirals into a full-blown argument. Okay, let's follow this spiral down the rabbit hole. First up is Alice's analyzing mind. It hears crap and immediately jumps to a conclusion. He doesn't care about this. Then, bam, her picturing mind kicks in, flashing like a movie montage of every other time he seemed unhappy or disinterested. Now, her emotional mind sees those pictures and feels it all, the hurt, the rejection. And that triggers the body mind, which goes into full-on fight mode, getting defensive. And here's the kicker. This creates a nasty feedback loop. Her reaction just makes Al more frustrated, which to her just proves her original point. It's a vicious, self-fulfilling prophecy. So how in the world do you stop a runaway train like that? Well, here's the secret, and it's a big one. It's not about trying to change his response. The real power, the turning point, is in changing your own initial interpretation of what he said. Just look at the difference here. The old interpretation says his sigh means he doesn't care, and the result is you feel hurt and angry. But what if you adopted this new interpretation? His sigh means, wow, this is a sacrifice for him, which is actually proof that he does care. And the result? Gratitude and maybe even love. It's the exact same event, but a totally different emotional reality, just based on the story you choose. Let's just be super blunt about it. He probably doesn't want to be in therapy, but honestly, that's the entire point. The love isn't in his enthusiasm for it. The love is shown by the very fact that he's going anyway. He shows up for you. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it when you're in the moment? Well, here's a simple 3-step prescription you can use to build this new positive pattern. So here's your new playbook. First step, understand. Just get good at recognizing that old negative thought pattern when it starts to creep in. Second, interrupt. Literally, in your head, just say stop. Stop that old story. And finally, step 3, replace. You swap out that old thought with the new one. He's making a sacrifice for me. This is him showing love. You know, if you only take one thing away from all of this, let it be this, right here. This is not about trying to change your partner. It's not about getting him to stop sighing. It's about empowering yourself. It's about changing your own understanding of his actions. And that's where the real freedom is. So I really want this to stick with you. The next time you hear that sigh, or you see that little eye roll, Just try to pause, try to reframe it. He's not telling you that he doesn't care. He's showing you, he's communicating that this is a sacrifice. And that's the bottom line. That's the proof in the pudding, right there. The very fact that something is hard for him, but he's doing it anyway, that is the evidence. He's choosing to do something difficult precisely because he loves you. So as we finish up, I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Think about your last week. Was there a moment, a bit of frustration, a tired sigh from your partner that you could look at through this new lens? What moment could you choose right now to reframe as an act of love?